There is a wonderful tradition that on Shabbat we omit all the blessings that we would, that's all intermediate blessings that are normally included in a daily prayer. And all these blessings are asks for something that we need in our daily life, apart from one ask, our hope or expression of hope for peace. The walls of the synagogue are Jerusalem stone, brought from Hebron in 1990, I think, or maybe 89, maybe 1989. And it was the time when peace or hope for peace was much more present in the world. And the leadership of the synagogue have decided that it was important for them that the team of stonemasons that would mine the stones there and then come here, bring the stones and build these walls must consist of 50% Israeli Jews and 50% Palestinian Arabs. So the walls of the synagogue are physically built on the idea and vision of coexistence and working together. And I think that whatever happening in the world, the vision must exist. And it must be our reminder for the world that can be. We are privileged today to be joined by 4 individuals, or 5 really, representatives from organization that's called Parents Circle Families Forum. It's a jointly managed Israeli-Palestinian organization with one team based in Israel and the other in the West Bank. With more than 25 years of experience implementing reconciliation and peace education programs in Israel and the West Bank, the organization's bereaved members speak publicly at over 300 reconciliation events each year. They also carry out educational, public awareness, and advocacy projects that foster empathy for people from so-called the other side of the conflict, including bringing together young Israelis and Palestinians as part of their youth work activities. The UK Friends of the organization raises awareness of the charity's work in Israel and Palestine and also raises funds so that the vital work can continue. And for some of you will well know this organization because they were the recipients of our Yom Kippur appeal last year. Today we are joined by 4 members, 2 Israeli and 2 Palestinian, and they're here for a week-long visit. They are planning to talk to Jewish, Christian, and Muslim groups, and will also speak at a fundraising dinner for the organization on the 16th of November in central London. So there are 4 individuals, and we have a part of the event now. The 2 of them will speak now, and the other 2 will speak later after the dinner, and then it will be followed by a Q&A session where each of you will be able to ask questions. But I think the most powerful idea would be for us to eat together and to spend some time together. So in a moment we will hear from 2 individuals, Mahmoud Al-Karem, who is the father of 4 and who is a financial manager of the Palestinian office of the Parents Circle Families Forum. And he grew up in the old city of Hebron. And I think it's very symbolic that these stones came from there as well. They deliberately asked me, I have a longer versions of their biographies, but they deliberately asked me to be short, and to be honest, I think it's right, because it's better to give them more time to speak. And the second individual we will hear from now is Mor Inon. She is based in Tel Aviv and today serves as the Israeli co-chair of the Parents Circle Board of Directors. Please.
Wow. First of all, thank you so much for inviting us and for taking the time to listen to us. I was so moved by the service and the atmosphere here and the calm environment, the welcoming environment. I feel that it is on the verge of not the appropriate thing to do is to bring the violence from Israel to this environment. And I wish we could take you with us to Palestine and Israel rather than to bring the conflict to here. It really feels a little out of place for me to share my story. But I take the last sentence is that God is peace, and no matter how tragic our stories are, we remain hopeful, and we know for sure, and we come every day, and we choose life, and we choose to work towards a nonviolent resolution of the conflict together. So I'll introduce myself briefly. My name is Mo. I'm in Tel Aviv. I live in Tel Aviv. I lost my parents on October 7th, and they lived in a village named Nativa Asara near Gaza Strip. On the morning of October 7th, 2 Hamas members entered the house, shot them, set the house on fire. The house was burned completely. Nothing was left out of whole life. And I was in Tel Aviv. I didn't even wake up to the sirens that went on in Israel. And it took us a few hours to figure out what was happening and to realize that my parents didn't make it. My parents were in their 70s. They were healthy, very active, very devoted parents and grandparents. They all spent the night before October 7th. It was a Sukkot holiday, and we spent the evening together in my house in Tel Aviv. And the way I prefer to remember them is from the Sukkot evening, that we had such a wonderful evening together, and not so much from the tragedy, wow, I'm really, really nervous, the end of their life. So what happened to me after October 7th, 2 things happened to me. First of all, I was overwhelmed by emotions. I was obviously very, very sad. I lost the entire sense of self-security. I felt very, very unsafe to be in Tel Aviv. I was walking the streets of Tel Aviv, and I was imagining terrorists coming out of the bushes wanting to kill me. And I was also very, very angry. I was very angry, not so much at Hamas, because I didn't expect much from Hamas, but I was very angry at the Israeli Defense Forces. I thought we had a strong army, and I was very disappointed that they were not there to protect my parents, especially that I knew that we spent so much money and so much of the Israeli resources go into the military and into buying the most advanced technology and building this most sophisticated wall between Israel and Gaza and Israel and the West Bank. And I just realized that it didn't help. And I was also very angry at the Israeli government for not taking responsibility, for sponsoring Hamas for so many years, and for creating the conception that we could manage the conflict and that I could have normal life in Tel Aviv, while the Palestinians have, I don't see them, I didn't see them. I think this is one of the, maybe one of the most interesting thing about in Israel is that we are living the conflict, but we are so much unaware of the conflict. And I was very angry. And at the same time, I became very curious about the conflict. I wanted to learn more. I knew that it could not be possible that all Palestinians want to kill us, and I was sure that there were people like me on the other side who wanted to have good life. And this is why I joined the Israeli-Palestinian Bereaved Family Forum. The forum, I'm not sure if it was that clear before, but the forum was established 30 years ago, and by people, by parents who've lost their children to the conflict. And within the years, it expanded to family members who've lost a loved one, not necessarily children. So in this forum, we are a leading example that people who've lost a loved one can be in a dialogue, can travel together, can have activities together, and can work together to have a resolution to the conflict which is not violent. And I'm very privileged that I could be part of the leadership of this organization. I say that I lost my parents, and I'm very, very sad every day. I mean, I miss them so much, but I won another family, Israeli and Palestinians, bereaved people like me, who believe in human values of dignity, equality, empathy, and dialogue. And I thank you very much. I'll answer more questions later.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you. عرف טוב לכולם, לחברים וחברות. Nice to meet you again. So it's very nice to be here because this is like a kind of God home, where is the good connection between any human being and the God. And it's an honor to be here for me. And I think this is first time to me in my life to be in such a place like that. So first of all, I want to ask my partners and ask you and ask all the people here to give us such a great chance to stand in front of you and tell you something about our work and about the reality in Palestine and Israel. So I am Mahmoud El-Karim. I am originally from Ashkelon city, but I live right now in North Hebron. And 3 years ago, I joined the Bereaved Circle Family Forum. I am a father for 4 kids. So I lost my cousin, Selmi, and he was like my best friend and brother in spirit. It's something unbelievable for me to lose someone who is relative to my heart. But after that, I chose to be in the Bereaved Circle Family Forum because I don't want to revenge. I don't want to see other bereaved family in the world. And also, guys, we are, as a Palestinian, we see the Israelis like either the settlers who tried to kill a Palestinian or the soldier who tried to humiliate the Palestinian in the checkpoint and in the West Bank and other places. But when I joined the Bereaved Circle Family Forum, I found there is other kind. There is a good kind like more and the others. Those kind, they are a people. They are respect the human rights. They are respect the other nations. They respect the Palestinian freedom against the occupation. They respect our dignity, and they can live with us in the same land. So my thing, and this is, I think, our reality, we have the Holy Land, and this is land not for Jews alone, and not for Muslims, not for Christians. This is land for all the prophets and all nations and all religions. This is what I believe. So we have around 7 million Palestinians. We have also 7 million Israelis. So we cannot, any side cannot kick out the other side. This is the peace land. So, and this is land we can share with each other, with respect for respect, and with full human right for all the sides. And we can live with each other. And we have a freedom for anyone who want to worship for God. So this is what I believe it. And guys, I think that our life is not matter for us. It's also matter for the people who love us and miss us and care about us. So we need to care about self, and we need to respect all of us. And our life is very short. We need to have a good connection with God, and we need also on the other side have a good connection with other people. And thank you so much.
What I know often is that not many Jewish people, just the world we live in, that not very many Jewish people today have actually met Palestinians today. And I think that it is important to hear. In the same way how it is important to hear Israeli voices, it is important to read and to hear people on the Palestinian side. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.